Hello, everybody. What is up? It is Blind Metal Gamer here, back at it once again with a solo podcast. Again, no guests because, like I said, that's still being fleshed out. So I'm going to be doing some solo work for you guys. And so basically, what's up this week? The episode is going to be on Kombat Pack 3 for Mortal Kombat 11. As we all know, there's been a lot of rumblings about a Kombat Pack 3, a lot of rumors about a Kombat Pack 3, and I'm hoping, personally, as a fan of MK, that does come to fruition because I want it to happen so bad. I want it to be done so badly. And I wanted to take this time in this podcast to discuss who I think might be in Kombat Pack 3, what stages we might get, and much, much more. So with that being said, we're going to get into it. The very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk about stages and features. Now, usually with these big incremental updates, you get, stages, maybe a couple of new stage fatalities, maybe something like that. I know when we got Kombat Pack 2, we got the Return of Friendships for the Aftermath Edition, which it wasn't a pack, but or a combat pack, but still it gave us friendships, it gave us some stages, and if they did an Aftermath Part 2, which is what I'm going to focus on, not really Combat Pack 3, I'll get into that. But let's say we get the big update and they call it Aftermath Part 2, okay, to end the Aftermath concept, and they go in and they say, okay, we're going to give you 4 new stages. Here's the stages I would want. And I'm sure you all out on Spotify or TuneIn or wherever you're going to listen to this will may even agree with me. The stages that I would want would be either the Pit 1 or 3, not the Pit 2. I mean, I know we've not seen the Pit 2 in a while, but the Pit 3 in the modern era would be amazing. Or an all-new pit. So the Pit 1, the Pit 3, or an all-new pit, or if they decide to, the Pit 2. I'd like to see the Living Forest come back. I would like to see the return of the Tower, which there's some pretty cool concepts there. And then there's a stage that I know that's going to throw everybody off, but the Portal. And then you're probably wondering, hey, Blind Metal Gamer, why the Portal? Why not something like that? Why not the Portal? Why the Portal? Well, in the older games, you would see the portal in the background and you wouldn't know where it led to. There's so many fatality concepts there. It's not even funny. With the pit, obviously, the concept is self-explanatory. You knock them off into the pit. With the tower, you're always in that sky, having that looming sky behind you. You can knock them out of that window or thing in the back, let them fall to their death. That would be awesome. I would love to see that as a fatality. Or you could involve the Shadow Priest. They could get involved, grab them, throw them out of the tower window, or rip them in half or something. And then you have this ability with the portal. There's so much they can do with that. Again, knocking them into the portal, or letting the Shadow Priest throw them into the portal and then showing us where it leads. That would be awesome. I'd love to see that as a fatality. Then, the Living Forest, in MK Shaolin Monks, you had that as your thing, and you could feed the trees. You had to do it for an objective, and then I believe in MK9, I think it was. I think it was MK9. They may have had the Living Forest as a stage, and you could feed the trees as a fatality. Just imagine bringing that back in MK11. How bad that would be. How awesome that would be. Bringing that back in, modern technology, modern era, modern stuff. I would totally get into it. And then, of course, we would have the Aftermath 2.0, the Part 2 of the Aftermath Saga. Then, we would have that. It would probably consist of Rain, Melina. Let's see, Rain, Melina, Fujin. I'm trying to think. Rain, Melina, Fujin, Shiva. No, wait, Shiva was in Aftermath. Rain, Melina, Fujin. Just basically all the DLC characters that didn't get to be in the first Aftermath would be in the second pack. You would get, let's see, it would have Rain, Melina, okay, Havoc, the Great Kung Lao, Fire God Liu Kang, and all of that. Then you would have, your skin packs. The Mortal Kombat 2021 movie skin pack would be awesome to partake in that. The ability to have that in there. Then you would have the classic Ninja skin pack. That would be awesome. Not MK2, but MK1 classics. I'm talking Sub-Zero, Scorpion, all the ninjas, basically OG MK costumes. Then you could have, that would be for the Aftermath Part 2. Now the characters in the Part 2 pack would be Havoc. They would be, I would go with Havoc, Takeda, Raiko, Quan Chi, and then Smoke. Now, Combat Aftermath Part 2, let's say that releases and that does well. And let's say they want to support the game even longer than that. Let's say they want to support Mortal Kombat 11 even longer than an Aftermath Part 2, if that is to come to pass. Then Kombat Pack 3 gets released. Okay. Again, I was talking about features and whatnot earlier. I'll go with stages again. Stages would consist of, for Kombat Pack 3, the Bell Tower. We've not seen that in a while. So the Bell Tower, we would see, if I have my way. Okay, Bell Tower, we would see, we've already got the Deadpool. We would see, alright, so we got Bell Tower, Khan's Cave. We would have, I would go with something new, like, I would bring back Hell, but I would give it an interesting feature. So Bell Tower, Khan's Cave, Hell, and then a brand new stage, which would be the Abyss. So all 4 stages would have stage fatalities. Of course, the Bell Tower, you would knock them through the floors, they would land on the spikes. For Khan's Cave, you have Shao Kahn guarding his crystals. You would knock them back into that area. Shao Kahn would beat him up with his hammer, and boom! They would be done. So, then you have Hell, which would be kind of an interesting concept. They're fighting on that plane. They have that fire surrounding them. Only this time, you wouldn't knock them into the fire. No. You would knock them up, right? They would be uppercutted. Then this huge demon would come out and rip them in half. And then, as they're screaming in pain, being slowly ripped in half by this demon, they're being lowered into the lake of fire, and then, so-and-so wins fatality. Then you have, okay, what did I say? The Abyss. Basically, you would be on this platform fighting, right? And you would be able to knock your opponent basically down into the abyss, and it would eat them up, swallow them whole. The darkness. Then, let's see, as for features. Aftermath 2, if there was an Aftermath Part 2, they wouldn't, if they did give it features, I would say give the return of animalities, because everybody wants animalities to come back in the worst way. They want it to be back in the worst possible way possible. And give them animalities in Aftermath Part 2, along with the stages that I mentioned. Then, for KP3, Babalities. As part of the big free update. Give them Babalities. Then, all the stages, all of the characters and all that, and the stages. Now the characters. You're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, who are the characters going to be in this concept? I would have for KP3. Here's your I would want to have Hydro. I would have Smoke. I would have Ermac. And I would have Reptile. And then, as for if I had to pick a guest, I would pick, not Ash Williams, because I know he's probably not going to make it. I would pick Harley Quinn from the DC universe, or Malboja from the Spawn universe, simply because, or I would go out on a limb, and I know this might actually piss a lot of y'all off, but I would pick Akuma from Street Fighter to be the guest. And then, for another character, I would either have Taven or Dagon, or I would go with an all-new character that has not been introduced, kind of like Triborg was in MKX, but he would have, 4 different variations. Or she, because they might want to, maybe they might give us that female cyber ninja. We don't know. And then, let's see, as for like release dates, if I had to pick, and again, this is just fantasy booking, but I would have Aftermath 2 come out maybe sometime in March this month, or maybe April or May, and then, because around the 2-year anniversary of the game, then have Kombat Pack 3 come to finish it off around the end of the year, around maybe in the fall. That way you could spread your content out. And then I would also add, as for the online, crossplay to Combat League, not just for casual matches on PS4 and 5, but I would add it to Combat League for everybody, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and S, and Xbox One, and Switch, and PC. Just let everybody do crossplay together. Then I would totally throw a curveball, and if I had my way with Kombat Pack 3, I would kind of make them think that, okay, it's over, and then, boom, as a surprise guest, either Evil Ryu or Blade from Marvel Comics. That would be awesome. That would be how I would do it. Now, as for if we do get this or not, it's still up in there because they haven't said it in NRS. I'm not talking about a leak. I'm not talking about a type of rumor. This is just how I would do Kombat Pack 3 and Aftermath Part 2 if they were to be, and what I would put in. And then, let's see. As for kind of to close things out with MK11, I would close it out by all brutalities unlocked. I would have all brutalities unlocked. All of the, like, anything you didn't unlock while the game, all the seasons were, like, active, I would have it be unlocked. Or I would find a way, or have a way to where all the crypt could be unlocked. Because that's one thing that I'm sure many people would like. Again, I'm just guesstimating here. And as for my thoughts, as for celebrity guest characters, the reason why I thought about Akuma was he's been in every other crossover there is. Why not put him in Mortal Kombat? I mean, he would be perfect for it. I mean, think about it. His fatality could be Wrath of the Raging Demon, or that could be a super move, and it could be a brutality of his. He's a very dark, evil character. He wants to kill, and then we could have either Evil Ryu or Kage, one of them two folks, one of them three folks, and it would just be amazing. I think it would be awesome to have him in there. I'm probably sure that not everybody is going to agree with this, but I think that if that were the case, that would be something that would definitely be something worth trying out and doing. So, Real quick to kind of round things out. This has been how I would handle KP3 and Aftermath 2 if they did exist, and all of that good stuff. So I hope everybody is having a great Sunday evening or Monday whenever you listen to this. And I just want to let everybody know, if you have any questions or a thing you would like to ask as far as related to let's see, related to Retromania Wrestling, which will be when I do my next audio podcast, shoot me a voice message in the voice message section. Also, as always, be sure to follow me on Spotify, TuneIn, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Overcast, and wherever my podcast is heard to keep up with all the latest episodes. So, with that being said, until next time, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying so long everyone, and peace out.